Good morning to you. Despite the fact that we have a strong impulse leg here on the daily time frame, I am of the opinion that the bullish momentum at this point is looking more visible right now. And why have I said this? If we look closely to what happened after that impulse leg, we saw that price has continued to find higher highs and higher lows, giving the impression that we are on a bullish momentum at this point in time. And in this regard, we can see that we can see a visual representation of a bullish trend line after connecting the series of lower high and higher lows rather. Now going down to a much lower time frame, let's say the 4 hours time frame, I I have observed that since the beginning of the week, prices continue to find it difficult to break below 1.92800 area. As you can see, we can see multiple rejections since the beginning of the new week that started yesterday. We saw multiple rejection of the area, and if we look left on the structure, we can see that price has at one point in time respected this area as a demand level in the past. If we look left, we can see how price has respected that demand level sometime around uh, last week, where we saw that bullish move that went up. However, price came back down into that area, after which we saw multiple rejection of this area, giving me a clue that we might be going to the upside on this one. So with this information right at the back of our mind, how are we going to take advantage of this bullish momentum if it finally happens? Well, the first thing I did after identifying that demand zone was to also put into consideration this bearish trend line that we can see here on the 4 hours time frame. So if we bring out my line chart, we will see that after connecting series of lower highs, we have a bearish trend line that looks more like this at this point. So with this information, now we want to take advantage of this bullish momentum. How do we do that if it finally happens? So the first signal I want to be looking out for is a strong bullish momentum, where I want to see a breakout of that trend line, after which we look for a retest of structure. Then we look out for patterns that support a trend continuation upside. However, before I go a little bit further, considering the long-term bearish momentum, there is a possibility that price could break below that demand zone, after which you can look forward to a retest of that bearish trend line or the demand zone. Then we look for structures that support a trend continuation to the downside. So whichever way price is moving, I am still of the opinion that the bullish momentum is more visible, as after looking at what structure has been doing since the beginning of the week, we saw that the sellers are unable to push price further down, as every attempt made by the sellers to push price down was met strongly by a bullish rejection. So at this point, it is necessary we have a key level to guide our actions going forward. So if we bring out our line chart and go down to a much lower time frame, let's say the 1 hour time frame, we could actually look out for structures that supports we could look out for structures that aligns a key level for us at this point. So if we look left, we can see that we have somewhere around here that has been, you can see somewhere around here, we have this area has been a support and a resistance at one point in time. So if you allow me, we give this a golden color. Then we zoom in closely into what's happening. You can see what I'm talking about. If we look left, we can see that at one point in time, this area had been a support level. It has been a support level here, a resistant level, a resistant level at this point. So at this point, you will agree with me that that level appears to be a major determinant of price action, as soon as price either rejects or move beyond it. So one thing I want to be looking out for is a signal in the form of a breakout. Break above of that key level, where I'm going to be looking for what to a retracement into structure, after which we look out for patterns that support a trend continuation. However, if price breaks above that bearish trend line, then if we see a retest again of that bullish trend line, then we want to add one more position to this trade. So at this point in time, where will our take profit target be? Personally, I already placed an order right at 1.93166, just to test the waters and see how price is going to play out going into the UK session. So to have a long position, I want to see a position that looks like this, with a stop loss right below structure around here, where price has been rejecting for a while, and that's around 40 pips thereabouts. Then we want to be looking at a take profit target at 1.95. How did I come to 1.95 as my take profit target? If we look left, we see that there is a structure around this area that has supported selling momentum in the past. So because of this, I've placed my pending order, my take profit target around this area. So at this point, I would like to pause the video here and let us see how price is going to play out, if it's going to actually do as expected, that is, break above that key level, do a retest of that key level, then we see an outright breakout of that bearish trend line, a retest into structure, then we can actually add one more position in this regard. So let's pause the video at this point and let's see how price action plays out in the next couple of hours. Please note that regular updates will be shared in the comment section of my TradingView account for, for reference purposes at every point in time that something significant happen. Thank you for watching and do have a wonderful day.